Is Elden Ring for casual gamers? Well, in this video I'm going to talk about just that. And well, I'm a casual gamer. I play many casual games and I remember maybe, I don't know, like 2 years ago, friends of mine told me, we should just play Bloodborne. Uh, and then the moment they told me that, I thought about, this is a difficult game. I'm not going to jump into it. I get frustrated even when I die like 2 times in Minecraft dungeons. It get me annoyed. So what I'm going to do, play a game when I'm going to die so many times. It just was like, I'm never going to touch it. Yeah, so many people praise the games, Dark Souls, and I never really understand that, and I just didn't care. I just move on to other games and really kind of throw all these games into one category and just ditch them out and forget about them. And that's about it. But something happened this year. I've decided to play something different. I started feeling that I'm less satisfied in games that are maybe doesn't pose challenge, and I really like challenge in some games. And when it happens, when I start playing more roguelike games, I discover that there's something about the feeling of getting rewarded, the satisfaction that you get after achieving something. It's so much greater, and I really wanted to feel that again. So when Elden Ring was announced, I remember that I watched the gameplay and everything felt like more inviting. It's like a game that was designed to appeal to a larger audience. In terms of the open world design, the game looks, at least the early levels that we've seen, feels more like, looks like more vibrant, so more welcoming. It doesn't look like kind of a dark and depressing interpretation compared to what I've seen on Bloodborne. So I felt that in a way the game was, more accessible to those who are new to the Souls games and want to give it a try. And some of them are actually live adventuring in an open world game, and maybe, just maybe, I might like it. So I told myself that at least I need to give it a try. Now, oh boy, I was right. I was right. This turned out to be one of the best, I'm saying one of the best game I've ever played, hands down. The best game. I finished it, by the way, today, yesterday actually, but I'm gonna continue playing it because there's so much to discover. I spent more than 200 hours in this game and I'm still coming back and I'm missing so many things. It's just this game is so huge and vast and there's so many things to discover that even if you do a playthrough, you can actually go back and discover so many things that you've missed. This is especially true when you don't follow, wikis and all this stuff. And personally, what I did, the reason it took me so long because I didn't actually see anything coming at me. Look at this footage, by the way. So I didn't know where to go, what to do, and try to figure this out myself. Although at some point I did get help a bit from wikis because there's something that I didn't understand. Because the game is so vast, there's so many secret areas, so many things to discover that it was absolutely mind-blowing. Now back to the point, the thing is that when it comes to difficulty, so these are things that scare many players most. They just decided, I mean, the game looks great and I'm not going to play it anyway, but for those who can play it, enjoy it, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. You have to experience a game like that. And if I can do it, and I'm very, very casual gamer, you can do it. Definitely. There's nothing special about me, just I was more, let's say, consistent, and I was really wanted to pass through the several difficult hours where you get adjusted to not playing the same way you used to play, like with hack and slash, just hitting enemies fast and eliminating them, or just following a storyline, which is more of a story than a game, and everything is just easy, and even there's a combat is not super challenging. And if you can get it the first time, you're definitely going to get it the second or third time. So there is a learning curve, but you pass it relatively quickly. It's like riding a bicycle, it takes some time, but once you're able to ride a bicycle, you enjoy it a lot. Same in this game. It will take you a bit of time to just get used to it, and actually what I did in the first area, I was just attacking one boss. That's what I did. Forget about progressing, just attacking one boss, getting used to dodging, understanding the basic mechanics of the game before I continue on. And once I felt more confident, I was able to continue on fighting enemies, and from that point on, gradually I became so much better and then it just felt like, I'm the master of this world. I went with confidence, and it's just amazing. So this progression actually, especially if you're a new player, you're going to really enjoy it. Of course, there will be frustrating moments, but again, you're going to progress each time, and each time you're going to learn, and eventually this curve is going to flatten out in a way, and it becomes actually early in the game. Then it's more about getting the build that you want, the build that works well, playing around with different gear in order to understand what works best against a specific boss or different type of enemies. So again, it might take you, a day, maybe 2, but after that, I'm talking about a few hours, yeah, not like a complete day, but a few hours, you're gonna get into it, and then you're gonna feel confident just roaming through the world and confident in your abilities to beat enemies. But again, it doesn't mean that the game will be easy, especially boss fight. But that's the thing. You're gonna be so, the moment I beat boss, I was this shaking of excitement. I can remember the last time I actually felt like that. Probably never. And if it was, maybe, I don't know, maybe in a raid in Destiny, it was hard for us in a group. But even then, it wasn't like that. It's just because, the difficulty requires you to be on your toes and, to learn the mechanics and understand what you're doing. It's not button smashing. You're gonna feel really, not just satisfaction after finishing something, but you feel like more like you mastered a skill that is required to play a game. It's not a game that just, hits you hard and you can't do anything about it. No, it's making it very, very fair. It's up to you to learn how to do things, and eventually, once you learn, you'd be able to really feel like you're doing something great. You really master something and you're becoming a better player. And that feeling again comes with great gratification. It feels very, very rewarding, and the game really, really rewards you for succeeding, especially again when doing boss fights. And the thing that I kind of feel bad for those who actually just heard it's a Souls game and not giving it a try. And I think actually this game, compared to what I've read online, has more different approaches to how you actually approach different fights. You can actually decide not to disengage and become stronger and do other things. But of course, there are things that kind of gate your progression, and you need to finish your boss fight in order to progress to a new area. But by the time that you spend in the world farming it, finding great items, and by the way, farming here is not a negative word. It's super fun. Exploration, the items you find, it's super, super fun. You're gonna get strong, and you'll be able to be very strong and be able to beat the boss probably in a few tries, maybe the first. Now, of course, I'm not going to talk everything about the game because the game is just insane. You can check out my review, by the way, on my channel, and you can hear more about it. Now, bottom line is, for those who are disencouraged because of the difficulty, don't. Give yourself just a bit more, and you'll be there. I was in the same position. I would easily kind of, in the past, just forget about this game and just move on. Find my fun in other games. But then, I wouldn't know what I'm missing, right? I wouldn't know. No chance I would know. Even with all the raving reviews, I would just say, yeah, but the game is hard, so don't do it to yourself. Again, from a casual gamer to a casual gamer, you can do it. It doesn't take long. Trust me. Give it a try. You die at the start a lot, but it doesn't take long until you become more confident. And then, as I told you, it goes hand in hand with the satisfaction that you get after being able to beat enemies, to beat bosses, to be able to make it more fluent for you to play. And of course, you're going to come at some point, you're going to be strong, and you're going to beat other enemies in other areas that, before that you probably had troubles. You're going to go back there and smash them to pieces. Bottom line is that this game shouldn't be missed. Not because it's difficult. I'm not saying that everyone will be able to, pass it. But if I am able to pass it myself, I know that most people can. Because I'm kind of on extreme side of a casual gamer who get frustrated each time he dies and can just break the controller. So if I can, you can definitely. I gave it a try and I got to experience the best game ever created. I think you should do as well. Thanks for watching.